Brethren lads, welcome back to Cossy podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. We're going to be diving into another tier list. By the time you watch this video, there is a big possibility that Arsenal will have spent over 100 million on two players. That is Kai Havertz and Julian Timber. But also there's a possibility that by the time you watch this video, Arsenal will have spent over 200 million on three players: Declan Rice, Julian Timber, and Kai Havertz. So we are going to do something very easy in this video. We're going to be diving into all our transfer targets, and we will be ranking them. Is it a quality signing? Is it a mediocre signing? Or is it just a weak deal that Arsenal should not do? The last time we did a tier list, it actually performed very, very well. We were talking about chances of players signing for Arsenal. Chance or no chance. And that actually, I think it turned out very, very well. Yeah, some of the signings didn't turn out well, but we did very well. So in this one, let's rate some of these signings: quality signing, mediocre signing, or a weak deal. Subscribe. We are only 100 subscribers away from 70,000. Right, so let's dive into the tier list. Let's start off with Julian Timber, who is very, very close to joining Arsenal. Arsenal have agreed a deal with Ajax to get, to get the player to the Emirates Stadium. Personal terms are agreed, and we're just waiting for that big announcement from Fabrizio Romano or David Ornstein. So Julian Timber for me is a quality signing. Like, I would rate him as a quality signing. 22 years of age, there is a lot of value for money there, but it's not the value for money. It's not the age only. It's what the player brings to Arsenal Football Club. I think the right back position is something we've talked about throughout the whole season, and we all hope that maybe come this summer, Arsenal will try to sign a right back. Now, I had no idea that we were gonna go with an inverted fullback, an inverted right back, and to be honest, I don't have a problem with that. We've seen the system work for Mikel Arteta. We've seen the system work for Xavi at FC Barcelona. So if Mikel wants to play inverted fullbacks, players inverting into midfield, I really don't have a problem with that, and Julian Timber is such a player for the job. Now, Arsenal will sign him for around 45 million euros, or million pounds actually. I still think that is a very good deal, in my opinion, for a player who's only 22, rated as one of the best centre-backs in the Netherlands. He's already playing regular football for the Dutch national team. I think that's quite a very, very good signing. I think it's one where Arsenal have just gone, this is the player, right? If it doesn't work out, you can obviously get your money back. I think there's so many clubs that would be interested in him in the next 5 years. But again, if he works out, he's a centre-back, stroke right-back that is going to be at Arsenal for something like the next 7 solid years. So for me, Julian Timber is such a very, very good deal. And we've done our homework. Mikel Arteta and Edu, they've done their homework on this one. I definitely back it. Right, so let's get to the next one, which is Julian Brandt. And I'll tell you something. I really like Julian Brandt, and I'm one advocate for Julian Brandt to join Arsenal. But when I think about all the other deals that Arsenal are trying to do, and all the other players that we are linked with in this position, I'm going to go mediocre. I think it would be a mediocre deal if Arsenal just went and signed Julian Brandt. Don't get me wrong. I think Julian Brandt is such a very, very good player, and he's I don't think he's world beaters level, and I don't think he's the player that Arsenal need to take us to the next level, right? I think if we were in Manchester City with Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, and they can stay and they can sign, Julian Brandt, that would be absolutely all right. But for me, in my opinion, Arsenal needs someone who's a little bit, better and a statement signing. I don't think Julian Brandt would be a statement signing. I don't think having Julian Brandt in our side would terrify an opponent. So that's why I've gone with mediocre signing. I don't think it's a weak signing if Arsenal did do a deal for Julian Brandt, but I kind of feel like it would be a mediocre deal if we got Julian Brandt right in midfield. Serge Gnabry. Serge Gnabry is such a quality player. Like, there are no questions about this one. We've never had a conversation about Serge Gnabry where any Arsenal fans have gone, he's not good enough to play for Arsenal. And even up until this point, I still think if we signed him today, which is not going to happen, I think Arsenal would definitely have problems with selection between Saka and Gnabry. Gnabry is such a very, very quality player. So if Arsenal did manage to bring him to us to the Emirates Stadium as a rotation option for Bukayo Saka, I would definitely say he is a quality signing. I would rate him up there with the best. Moussa Diaby. Look, we've talked about quality. Moussa Diaby is a quality player. He's an absolute quality player. And I tell you what, there are a few players that I would love to, Arsenal to sign in order to rotate, Saka with. Moussa Diaby is on top of my list. Young, electric, is a goal scorer, is a creator. He's one of the best in that position, and he's very, very positionally versatile. You can play him anywhere, and you will be absolutely, you'll be getting the results you're getting from Bukayo Saka. So that is a quality signing, in my opinion. Let's move over to Edmond Tapsoba, and Tapsoba I still think Edmond Tapsoba would be a quality signing for Arsenal. And the reason that's why Tapsoba is a quality signing for Arsenal is Gabriel Magalhaes is questionable. At times his defending, positioning, speed, awareness of space, awareness of opponents is questionable. But I think Edmond Tapsoba would be in some kind of upgrade on Gabriel Magalhaes. Now, no, I'm not saying Edmond Tapsoba is Skriniar. And I'm not saying Edmond Tapsoba is Bastoni. What I'm trying to say is that if we got him, he would be a quality signing for us. He would allow Arsenal go up a level, right? So I would also rate him as a quality signing. Mo Simakan at right back, still stroke center back. Young, exciting. But I'll put him there in mediocre because, one, I kind of feel like Julian Timber is our priority. And if we didn't get Julian Timber and we got Mo Simakan, he's already our plan B. So if he's your plan B, I don't think he's then a very, very, very big quality signing. But then also, he suffers from injuries a lot. He's a player that I really like, and I would be okay if Arsenal signed him. But if Timber is our priority and number one target, and Timber and Simakan could cost the same amount of money, it tells you the story about Mo Simakan. Xavi Simons. This one is difficult. Xavi Simons has had a very good campaign at PSV, so you feel like it's a good signing, but then he doesn't have the experience Arsenal need. I'm gonna be harsh to say it would be one of those weak deals. Like if Arsenal if Arsenal just went in and got Xavi Simons, he's the player we would need to polish for the next 2-3 years. He needs a lot of patience. He would need a lot of time to get into the squad, understand the dynamics of Mikel Arteta's system, and of course every player would. But I just don't think Xavi Simons would be that kind of player that Arsenal need at the moment. Squad player for rotation, absolutely, you're right. Like it would be too much quality actually if we had him on the bench. But for him to come to start right away in our team, I don't think he has the upgrade that we actually need as a club at the moment. So sorry, Xavi Simons, I've got to place him there in that category. Weak deal. Right? It would be an easy deal to do, but a weak one. Rafinha at FC Barcelona. Rafinha is a quality signing. Very, very quality signing. I think we can all agree. He's gone to Barca. He's started off very, very well. Yes, he has had a troublesome campaign, but you can tell that he's actually going to do very well. So if Arsenal went in for Rafinha and could get the deal done, just imagine having Saka and Rafinha on the right-hand side. That would be a very, very good deal. Right. Nico Williams. Nico Williams would be a mediocre deal for me. It would be just in between, right? Mediocre, just in between. Not the quality and not a bad deal. Just to come in and, push Saka. I don't think if he came in, anyone would be really excited to see him, and I don't think he would be, going straight away to bench Saka, right, or to create a lot of threat for Bukayo Saka. So I think it would be in between there. Not a bad deal, not a very good deal for for Nico Williams from Atletico Bilbao. Cancelo, quality signing. Really quality signing. You look at what we're trying to do as a club. You look at our system. You look at Mikel Arteta, what he loves to do, and much of the things we do. Joao Cancelo fits into our system very well. Defensively questionable, edge, and maybe the contract would give him, but he would be still a very quality signing, especially that we're trying to win some silverware. Timothy Castagna, this is a weak deal. Timothy Castagna is a weak deal. I just feel like Castagna is an easy deal to get done, but there's so many other quality right backs Arsenal can sign, and I've never been convinced that Timothy Castagna is such a world class player. Like I've never thought he would become world class. I think Mikel Arteta has the ability to turn his career around, but I don't rate him that highly. I wouldn't even put him in the mediocre category. I'd put him there in weak deal. James Maddison, mediocre. Madison, it would be a mediocre deal. I love him, and I would love him at Arsenal, but I think with James Maddison, Arsenal have risen above his standards. It wouldn't be a weak deal. I don't think signing him would be a weak deal, like the next one we're going to talk about. But I think James Maddison is below Arsenal's standard right now, right? I would love him at Arsenal. I'd love him to play alongside Odegaard. It brings a lot of creativity. But does he have the defensive awareness and capability to play in a system as sophisticated as Mikel Arteta's? No. Mediocre deal. Mason Mount, weak deal. I mean, people really rate him highly. Chelsea fans, Man United fans now that they are on the verge of signing him, they rate him highly. I've never rated Mason Mount. It's the same with Rashford. And at times these players do prove me wrong. Mason Mount at Man United, if he gets there, let him prove me wrong. But at the moment, it would be a weak deal for Arsenal. Declan Rice, definitely, of course, you know what I'm going to say. Quality signing, most ball recoveries in the Premier League last campaign, most blocks as well. He's such a quality player. He's such a very, very quality player. And it would be a quality signing. Ansu Fati is a weak deal in my opinion. Ansu Fati is not a player that at the moment Arsenal need. Actually, Ansu Fati would need Arsenal more than Arsenal need Ansu Fati. Like, he needs a club that is going to revamp his career. At the moment, we don't need that. We need players that are ready to go. We already have one in Kai Havertz. We don't need another. Martin Zubimendi, if he's going to replace Partey, I'll put him in that mediocre category. Because I'm not really sure he's got the physicality for the Premier League to play where Partey plays. Now, we've seen players like Michael Carrick play in that position and excel. But with Martin Zubimendi, good in that pivot, but I think he better stays at FC Barcelona, right? Stay in Spain, go to FC Barcelona and play your good football. Caicedo is a quality signing, best replacement of Thomas Partey you can ever get, in my opinion, if Arsenal can do that. Romeo Lavia, it depends. If he's going to replace Partey directly, it's a weak deal. If he's coming in as a player to supplement on Thomas Partey, it's just an alright deal. Not too much quality, but just an alright deal. But I would say this, right? Because Partey is certainly leaving, and Romeo Lavia is one of the replacements of Partey, it's a weak deal. Like, it's disrespectful for us to say Partey is going to be replaced by Romeo Lavia. It's a weak deal for me. Ivan Fresneda, very interesting right back. I wouldn't really put him up there in the quality, signing bracket. He's a quality player, by the way, very quality player. But I'll put him in there. Not too much quality and not a bad deal, not a weak deal. Because I think, again, if Fresneda came in, Arsenal wouldn't lose that much. Ilkay Gundogan, the first on the list of quality signings. There's no words to explain him. the clutch guy of Manchester City, the clutch guy of Pep Guardiola, quality player. No, not really. Gabriel Viega would be a mediocre signing for me. I think he's got the levels to go up a level. He's got the ability to go up a level, but at the moment we're just signing him off of his potential. So not a player that I'm really excited about. Federico Chiesa suffered an injury, but the threat he poses, I would put him in there. I don't think he's the quality signing that Arsenal would definitely do. I don't think it's a bad deal at all. So I would put him in there. It's the same thing with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz signing for Arsenal, probably not a bad deal, but it's not the best deal that we could have done. So that is what I think about our transfer targets, and that's what I think about all the players that we are trying to sign this summer. Is it a good deal? Is it a quality signing? Is it a mediocre deal? Is it a weak deal? That is my verdict, and that is my opinion. Hit the like button. Please do subscribe. I want us to get this channel to 100,000 subscribers. It's going to take a lot of time. It's been a journey that we deserve to be to. So hit the subscribe button. Let's get our channel to 100,000 subscribers.